Hey you guys, what's up? It's Nutchicks here, and today I decided I wanted to talk about Dolemite. So I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's a fantastic movie. So apparently Dolemite is set in the 1970s, during the time of Motown. So like artists like Diana Ross, Marvin Gaye, all those guys, they were really famous. Stevie Wonder, and the character, his name is Randy. He works in a record store and he's really unhappy with his life. He moved from Arkansas to LA to make it big, and the record store was just supposed to be his part-time gig, but now he realizes that he's not making it as a singer, as a dancer. He's not making it the way that he wanted to, and he knows the vaudeville isn't hot anymore. No one wants to listen to music that, Louis Armstrong or Ella Fitzgerald and Billie Holiday made, so he figures out that he wants to start pursuing comedy records. And apparently this is based off of a true story, which I didn't realize. I guess I just didn't even read the whole IMDb information about it beforehand. I saw it had Eddie Murphy in it. I just clicked, play. I want to see that. I want to see whatever Eddie Murphy's doing, because he's like, I don't know. He's like how some people feel about how old Bill Cosby used to be. There's also a Bill Cosby reference in this movie too, which is really funny. But yeah, so what I really, really liked about it was the cinematography was really good. I feel like they did an excellent job filming Eddie Murphy. I feel like it was also really true to the look of the 70s. So, not that I lived in the 70s, I'm a 90s baby, but my parents talked about, a lot about how influential that time period was for them. My dad was a DJ, my mom, she used to sing backup for some people, and listening to, thinking of their stories and then watching how they portray black people in the 70s was pretty accurate, and I really liked what they did. Even the style was spot on too, because I feel like it was some styles that I forgot were things, like the patterned hats and stuff like that, that were all made of denim. People loved denim and leather back then. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so I also liked how at one point in time when Eddie Murphy was starting to figure out what he wanted to do, he was wearing an all red suit, and one of his hit comedy specials was where he was wearing a all red leather suit, and I just thought that was too funny. But yeah, so Dolemite was absolutely fantastic. I feel like the cast worked really, really hard, and I was really invested in the characters too. I don't want to share too much about the plot and everything because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. I just want you to see it for yourself, so that way you can go into it and just enjoy it the way that you want to enjoy it. But honestly, yeah, it was just a really solid movie. So I guess, man, that's gonna have to be everything that I can say without spoiling anything. So if you don't want to see any more spoilers, stop the video right here, like and subscribe so that way you can come back to this video and watch the rest with me. Now I'm gonna go into spoiler stuff. Okay, so they have the best sex scene I have ever seen in a movie in my entire life. I'm not even joking, guys. It is probably the greatest sex scene I've ever seen. So, there is a lady that is in the movie. Her name is Lady Reed, and she gets hired by Eddie Murphy's character Ray. I'm probably gonna just keep calling him Eddie Murphy. But she gets hired by Eddie Murphy, and he's he's talking to her, kind of confiding in her, because there's a scene that Jerry wrote in where where he has to have sex with a white woman, which is I guess still an honor thing back then. And I guess kind of into the 90s. I'll probably go into black explanations of things. But yeah, so he's really nervous about it, and she was talking about how she would just think of something funny while she and her boyfriend were having sex, and it would make her laugh, and he never really realized it, but she enjoyed it. Otherwise he wasn't very good in bed, and I was kind of sad for her, honestly. But yeah, so Ray's so why don't we can just make the scene funny then? Let's try to make it funny. So what happens is that, I guess you've already seen the scene, but I have to go into it. So he Okay, so Ray and the girl are having sex, and like she's like hamming it up, like, oh yeah, Ray, ooh, like give it to me, baby, give it to me, Dolemite, whatever. And his friend is shaking the bed. Then they put like little like lines on the picture frames and mirrors, and then those are shaking, and it's just too funny. There's like smoke, and the ceiling falls down, but it's all on purpose. And then it was just, I don't know, it was just like a really, really good movie. And the movie ended so well. Like, you know, they were down on their luck and no one would buy the movie from them because it was R-rated. And then if they have like a four-wall introduction to the movie in like one movie theater, made, you know, 98% of what they thought it was going to be. Then they sell their movie Dolemite to Dimension Pictures, and then Dimension plays it all throughout the country, and then they don't think that anyone's gonna go. And then, you know, Eddie Murphy's like, oh my gosh, look, it's all these people, they're all waiting outside, like they're gonna be premiering the movie until 2 a.m. and he at the Orpheum, I don't know how to pronounce it. You guys can comment down below how to pronounce it, but it's absolutely amazing, and I was so happy for him. And I leaned over to my husband, I was like, baby, this is ending way too well. Like, they should have just ended the movie with it selling and then have, you know, all that stuff listed down. But then Eddie Murphy's character goes and he talks to this little kid, and the little kid is like, you know, quoting his stuff and like doing his own like Dolemite style raps, and it's really cute. I don't know. And then after that, it's like, is Dolemite about to die? Because I've seen so many, like, based on true life stories that I get concerned now when things are going too well for a character. Like, do you guys remember the Titans, where, like, the black kid's, like, driving and with the white kid, and they're all celebrating, and then the kid gets into a car accident, and, like, he almost dies, but now he's, like, a paraplegic and like he can't use his legs, like, you know, stuff like that. Like, I'm not used to a movie ending on a positive note and just having it be positive. Like, no one died. The wino guy, like, that was homeless and smelled like pee all the time, he has money, and Lady Reed doesn't have to be not homeless, but she doesn't have to, like, deal with bad men anymore. Like, she can afford to pay for her kid to have nice stuff and, like, live in a house. It was, like, it was so nice that I was actually afraid it was gonna end up poorly. So, but the ending was just, it was just so nice. And then he dedicated it to Charlie Murphy, which I totally forgot he died. I felt terrible about it. But 2017 was a really crazy year for me, so I kind of had other stuff going on. But, like, oh my gosh, it was such a good movie. You have to go and see Dolemite. So what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to watch the original Dolemite, because this Dolemite is based off of how they filmed the movie, how he went from down on his luck to wealthy. Then on Amazon Prime, they have the True Dolemite movie, and that one I'm going to watch either this weekend or tomorrow or whenever. As soon as I watch it, I'm going to tell you guys how it went. But they actually took clips from the original Dolemite movie and put it into the new Dolemite movie with Eddie Murphy in it. And, oh my gosh. And they did it just so that way black people could have movies that they related to. And there was also a character that I really liked, Jerry. He was one of the dudes from Key and Peele. I think he's Key, I don't know. But he played more of like one of those black artists that had white friends, but he's mostly into art, which I liked that I was represented in that movie. I don't know if any of you guys relate to this, but I get called a white girl all the time because I'm black, but I'm well-spoken, so they're like, oh, you're an Oreo, and I absolutely hate that. I hate that we use that. Why can't a black person be well-spoken and be considered black? Like, why do I have to be ghetto in order for someone to think I'm black? But that's neither here or there. I might do a video on that if you guys request it, like, struggles of being a black girl or whatever. But yeah, so it was, I don't know, I really, really liked that movie. It was a really solid movie. And I honestly hope that everyone goes and sees it at least once. Because we need to make more movies like that, where you're like invested in the character and the characters are real and they have actual flaws, but they can succeed. I don't know. And like I feel like if we're gonna look back on like struggles of this country, I think we should get some perspective on what it used to be like compared to now, because I feel like now we have a lot of privileges and a lot of things that we take for granted as black people, and complaints that we have as black people that probably shouldn't be complaints. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna try to get political. I just wanted to let you guys know that I love Dolemite. I love Eddie Murphy. Excellent movie. 10 out of, well, maybe like 8.5 out of 10. Maybe a 9. Probably 8.5. But it was an excellent movie. My husband actually said it's now his like new favorite movie. So please go and watch it. Please like and subscribe. If you guys want to leave a comment as well on what you thought of Dolemite, I would love to hear it. Get a conversation going. And have a blessed day, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.